Well, hello there, and how's your day going? I'm Janine. I am the founder of Janine Kathleen, and here I offer you personal leadership through understanding mindset alchemy. And this podcast, the Mindset Alchemy podcast, helps you to understand how to know intuitively, choose consciously, create intentionally, and be effortlessly. And today, as I listened to the kestrel squealing outside my window, I was thinking about where do we co-create with spirit, with source, with universe, with each other? And what does this mean? Well, co-creation is being aware of what actually are we thinking? What are the feelings and emotions coming forward? And what are the results of them? Do we feel better? Do we feel heavier? Do we feel lighter? What transpires in our world? Because something I have come to learn is that, this was very humbling. When you keep thinking the same thoughts and maintaining your focus on something, you begin to create it. So you actually co-create with yourself and with life around you. And this is one of the reasons I've learned to choose consciously, choose my thinking consciously, choose my feeling consciously, choose my associations consciously, because there are times that I require just to rejuvenate. And I know that if I go out and see people or if I'm out in public, I'm going to be less able to handle life effectively. So when I'm conscious of it, I'm able to say, okay, I'm tired. Let's watch the responses. Let me watch the reactions and let me just be very aware of what's going on in case I miss something or in case I react rather than respond when people are less than pleasant. And this has been a very, very wonderful journey for me. And it has helped me with my clients tremendously. So, my question to you today is what actually are you focusing on? Are you focusing on lack? Because remember, where focus goes, energy flows. And where energy goes, that's what we create. Where we focus that energy, because we're feeding it our energy, because we're feeding it our attention, it's going to grow because it's being fed. Everything in this world is energy. Now, there are different points of view around what the energy is, how it works, where it works, when it works. The bottom line is, I have seen in my life in many instances where it has worked, where I might have been thinking, oh, gee, it would be lovely to live there. And it just fleets away. A week later, my landlady sold her home. And guess what? We got to move. And both my husband and I, independently of speaking to each other, saw a home and we moved in whenever we moved in. It transpired because our bodies were aware that we were going to require a home. We were actually aware in our unawareness, and we knew she was selling. We just didn't know it was going to be sold as quickly as it was. That has nothing to do with it. What it has to do with it, actually, it does, Janine. It has everything to do with it. We had an understanding that we were looking for a different place to be. Initially, we had decided to stay even though the home was sold, and I'm very grateful we decided to move because where we moved to was far more spacious and gave us a modicum of independence. And I was unaware that I'd been having that feeling and I'd been having that experience. It was only when I started journaling on it that once we'd moved, that I went, oh my goodness, look at that. The universe knew and started putting things in place and space. So, what's the upshot of this? Be very aware of what you are thinking. Be very aware of those fleeting thoughts that fleet across your mind. How often are they fleeting across? Now, we come to when we're with people. Very often we'll have a sense, we'll have an understanding, and we'll know that maybe this collaboration is less than ideal at this point in time. And we move away and we meet the person 3 or 4 months later and we go, what was I thinking? There's timing. There's also timing involved. And when we can understand this, we get to create intentionally. So we understand, what is the intention? What are the feelings behind the intention? Have I put a dream board up about it? Have I put a life board up around it? Where am I focusing my energy on it? And what am I doing with that focused energy? Am I looking at the lack? Am I in an energy of, oh, well, I don't have it? Or alternatively, am I in the energy of, well, what if I did have it? What would it feel like? What would it look like? Where can I create it? What do I do today to create it and bring it my way? Because that allows the expansion. Then we come to the mindset of it. Somebody said to me yesterday, they have a really hard time with affirmations. So I said to him, well, what does it mean to you? No, well, I'm lying to myself. And I said to him, well, what if we pivot it this way? You are more affirming what you would like to have in your life rather than you have it in your life. So you are forward thinking, you are connecting with your future self. You are looking to choose consciously what you would like to have and create it intentionally. And the affirmations bring the feelings of it. So if you say, I see myself as, I can't, they were doing bike riding. I see myself as a top bike rider, winning XYZ. Where does you feel it in your body? What do you feel in your body? Where's the heaviness? Where's the, I can't breathe about it? Because guess what? We go and clear that. Or maybe it's out of alignment for you to be a top bike rider. Maybe you're meant to be something else. Maybe it's a different race that you're meant to be riding. So it helps us to see where there's resistance, where we can grow, where are we up leveling. It also helps us, as I said before, connect with our future self. And they turn around and say they'd never thought of it that way. So I offered them, instead of saying, I am this, rather say, I love being this. I love the feeling of this. I see myself as, I'm in the process of, and then use the I am. Because you are building your energy towards it. You are getting into the experience of it, and you're getting into the understanding of it. I know I had tremendous resistance to using affirmations when I first began. And what helped me was when Nurse and John came out with shifting it to the why. The challenge is very often the why will give us reasons against it or give us challenges when we use the why incorrectly. So I learned to ask, well, where can life get any better than this? What if life was better than this? What else is possible? What if I could do this? Where could I do this? With whom would I do this? Could I do this? Should I do this? Although should is a different kettle of fish altogether. So we ask, well, who can we do it with? What can we do? Where can we do it? And when am I to be doing it? When is it likely to happen? When am I to do something to help it happen? Get curious. Just avoid why, because like I say, many people ask, well, why is this happening to me? And their life just dumps them with a pile of poop to show them the reason it's happening. So we 3-2-1 change, 3-2-1 change, 3-2-1 change when we ask a why question, unless we're asking it in an expansive way. I tend to avoid how, unless I'm saying, how can life get any better than this? How does life get any better than this? And then I ask, well, where can life get any better than this? And it's like, I also am very careful with that, where can life get any better than this? Because then I'm shown where I'm unhappy with things and the reason I'm unhappy with things. So again, we use that one judiciously. I've also discovered it depends on the energy you're saying things in, because sometimes you can be asking a question that should be a higher vibrational question, and you asking it in a very lower vibrational feeling and aspect. And people, feelings count, energy counts, and it's so important to understand this. So the attitude you ask it in is also very, very important. If you would like to know more about where I can help you, please reach out, because when you start asking the better question and when you start becoming very aware of what you are thinking, goodness, it shifts life. It really, really does. I have found in my life that uh, if I feel a thought forming, I immediately think a better feeling thought, or I'll see it and go, oh, wow, look at you. I'm unavailable to play with you today. And I will think a better feeling thought or a better experiencing thought. And, especially like when I'm about to think, oh, goodness, I'm overly large, I'll immediately shift it to, wow, body, I love you and I love you in all the ways that you are. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being here with me. And what are you showing me? Because one of the things I've come to understand, and this is a different topic, so I'm warning you, here's an alert. We're shifting topics slightly here, that when I'm working with people, and my body starts expanding, or I go through an area and I can feel my waistband of my shorts or my trousers or my skirt or whatever getting tighter, I go, okay, whose energy is this? Whose is this? Return to sender with love and consciousness attached, or Mother Earth, please absorb it, mulch it and transmute it and return it to me as lightness and as love and as joy. Because I'm taking on other energies other than my own, and my body's letting me know this. For many years, I was unaware that I was carrying the weight of my household goods, other people's points of views, and clients that I'd worked with on my body. When I decluttered my home when we were selling, and we literally truckloads of stuff got donated, sold, sent away, I literally shrank in my clothes. It was the most profound experience. Am I saying this is what you have to do to be more comfortable in your body? Well, what I'm asking you to do is to ask your body, what would allow us to be comfortable working together? Body, I feel uncomfortable at this point. What else is possible? And that's where you get to co-create with your body as well. We co-create with ourselves, we co-create with our body. The other day I was walking along and I was feeling extremely uncomfortable. I said, you know what, body, there's two of us here. There's me and you, and I'm extremely uncomfortable in you. And I literally felt my body shifting and becoming more comfortable. So I got to thank body. I got to say, wow, body, thank you very much. I really appreciate you accommodating me. And then I came home and journaled on, what had I been carrying? What had I been thinking? What had happened before I went walking? And because I was, in inverted commas, more comfortable, I was then able to see what I was carrying that was creating discomfort and me being very uncomfortable in my body. I had taken on things that was uncomfortable, and my body was unwilling to carry that anymore. So we got to work together. There's more to the story than that. If you'd like to have help on that, give me a call and let's see what happens. In the meantime, have a grand and glorious day. Oh, by the way, that's the reason I also call myself a bodytarian, because as part of personal leadership is tapping into what is your body saying and telling you and doing. Fascinating topic. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.